It's been a marathon of draft coverage all week, starting on Monday night and continuing through Wednesday. Overall, the Cleveland Indians selected 42 players in the three-day extravaganza, adding plenty of talent to the organization. The Indians needed to add some blue-chip talent and then some to this minor league system, and their strategy was pretty evident as the draft progressed. Class breakdown. You can check out the Indians draft class in its entirety here. LHP, 7 RHP, 16C, 4SS, 63B, 10F, 8 The Indians selected 30 college players and 12 high school players. 6 of those high school players were selected in the final 7 rounds and figure to end up honoring their college commitments. 3 of those high school prospects were selected with the Tribe's first 3 picks and are expected to begin their professional careers. 6 of the collegiate players were seniors, and will be automatic signs for very little money. It's unfortunate for the players, but it saves the Indians a bunch of money and gets them automatic signatures. After going with high upside, developmental talent with the first 3 picks, the Indians went hard in the college ranks. 7 of the 8 selections on day 2 were college players. Then, to start day 3, the Indians went with college athletes with 15 of their first 16 selections. The only exception in that group was outfielder Corey Holland, who has a commitment to the University of Texas, and will be a tough sign. Holland's status will be one to watch. As the first pick, Noah Naylor is the crown jewel of this draft class for the Indians. He has a similar profile to current Tribe prospect Francisco Mejia. He has a power bat and is a good hitter, which he pairs with a strong throwing arm. Naylor's receiving skills are lagging a bit, but his bat will be what gets him to the big leagues. But Naylor might not be the best pick in the draft when it's all said and done. Ethan Hankins has a very high ceiling with an 80-grade fastball. If he stays healthy and develops that 4-pitch arsenal he has, he could be a frontline starter. I'm also a big fan of the Tribe's 5th-round pick, outfielder Stephen Kwan from Oregon State. This guy just knows how to get on base. In 3 years in Corvallis, Kwan hit .324 with a .429 OBP. He drew 80 walks and struck out just 34 times. That's not just one season, that's over 3 years. And he was the starter. He wasn't just a bench guy getting few at-bats. This is absurd production. Kwan is your stereotypical leadoff hitter if he can make it to the big leagues, and I think he can. Page 2. Use your arrows to browse. The Indians' farm system has been uncharacteristically short on pitching of late. That figures to change after this year's draft class. 23 pitchers were selected, with 11 picked in the first 13 rounds. This includes a stretch of 7 straight college right-handers selected between rounds 7 to 13. This included several pitchers whose futures are in the bullpen. Day 1 picks Lenny Torres and Nick Sandlin are among that group. 10th round pick Robert Broom is a sidearmer that has drawn comparisons to former Indians reliever Joe Smith. Indians have drafted more relievers in this draft than any draft I can recall since I started covering them in 2010. Jeff Ellis, at MLB Draft, June 6, 2018. Many fans were sarcastically calling for the Indians to draft a reliever in order to fix the bullpen struggles this season. Even though the MLB Draft doesn't work that way, it appears the Indians have followed that strategy for the most part. The Cleveland Indians front office likely realized they didn't have any bullpen depth in the minor leagues at all, and there weren't any developing prospects in the bullpens of their affiliates. They will need outside help for the bullpen for this year and maybe next, but college relievers are some of the quickest to the big leagues, so this could solve the issues for next year, hopefully. There was one big thing that was a trend with every pitcher the Cleveland Indians selected. Honestly, it feels like the Indians just put every pitcher into a program and had it spit out guys with walk rates under 3. Jeff Ellis, at MLB Draft, June 6, 2018. This could also explain the high number of relievers selected if this is indeed the case. Starting pitchers throw a lot more innings and have a higher risk of walking more batters. Relievers, on the other hand, face fewer batters and can keep the walks down to a minimum. Walks will kill pitchers, so avoiding pitchers with high walk rates is a pretty good idea. Use your arrows to browse.